Hey guys, welcome to another speed paint featuring my voice. This is a drawing that I drew for when I went to Jacksepticeye's show here in Norway. His How Did We Get Here live show tour. That's not how you say it, but whatever. This is the drawing I did and brought to the show, and I'm gonna talk a bit about my experience because that trip was wild, honestly, so I'm not going to talk too much about what's happening in the speed paint. But anyway, so back in August, when the tour dates for his Europe tour first got released, I decided, holy shit, his show in Norway is 3 days apart from my birthday. I'm going to ask to go to the show for my birthday, because that would mean so fucking much to me, because Jacksepticeye or Sean is my favorite YouTuber. I look up to him so much. He's such a good guy and I love him. He's great. And I was kind of emotional about it. It would mean a lot to me to get to go. And wouldn't you know, the day after I decided, hey, I want to go see him, or well, asked to go to the show, my dad asks, do you have any birthday wishes yet? And I was like, holy fuck, we gon' ask. So I asked, I started crying while asking, and yada yada, I got to go. And I still can't believe that happened. It's been like 2 weeks since the show, and I still can't believe it actually happened. It was honestly such an amazing experience. It was so great. The show was awesome and just excuse me. It was great. I had the time of my life. It's literally the best thing I could have asked for, and it was awesome. The show was the 29th October in Oslo, so I had to escape school for a bit. I had to, skip class. I basically just pretended to be sick for 2 days while going to the show. Quality content. And I went with my older sister, because I'm not old enough to go on my own, to Oslo. And my parents couldn't come. Well, my parents couldn't come because they had to work and shit. So my older sister joined me, and that was fun. So we went to Oslo Monday morning, the day of the show, and that day was fucking wild. Goddamn, I was freaking out the entirety of that day. I was so excited and so fucking nervous because I could not believe it was happening. On the way to the airport, I was like, what the fuck? This is happening, we're going there now. And then we were at the airport, and I was like, okay, what the fuck? This is happening. I'm at the airport. The plane leaves, and then I'm on the plane, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm on the plane to Oslo, because I'm gonna see him. Also, look, DuckTales. But and then we land in Oslo, and I'm like, what the fuck? We're in Oslo right now. We're here. This is happening. There was a lot of what the fuck during this trip. We get off the plane, we go on the train, it's gonna take us to the hotel, and I'm still like, what the friggity frag is happening? So, we check in at the hotel, which is really not that far away from the theater. I can't say the word. It's not that far away from where the show was gonna be held. And I was like, holy shit, that's happening. Yada yada, we went to eat lunch, it was great, and then it was just waiting until we can go and see the show, basically. So we just waited, and I was a fucking mess. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna see him. I'm gonna see Jacksepticeye. What? So we wait, and then we go to the theater. I cannot say that word at all. But we go there, and we're there. The doors open at 7, and we were there around 6 maybe, a little bit before 6. so we had all the time in the world, honestly. And so we waited, and I was literally shaking the entire time. I could not stop shaking. I was so excited and almost kind of nervous about it, because like, oh, this is happening. I ended up having to doodle to try to calm myself down, because I brought my sketchbook, because of course I did, and I just like sat there just trying to calm myself down, and there was like so many people and I wanted to talk to everyone, but I'm awkward and I'm nervous, so I was like not gonna go to anyone and try to talk. Once I was with my sister, so I was like, just be still, just doodle. And then time for the door opening comes, and there's a huge line, and I'm like, I'm gonna stand in line for friggin' merch. And we do that, and my older sister is so confused by everything. It's hilarious, because she like barely knows anything about Jack or anything of like the YouTube / gamer committee. I don't know if that's, well, the kind of culture we have there. So she's super confused as she looks around at these people. Some people are in cosplay and stuff, but she's like, why is someone wearing a Waluigi hat? And I'm like, why wouldn't they be wearing a Waluigi hat? Like, to me it just seemed like, of course someone would be wearing a Waluigi hat here. And I was like, why is this so weird? But she was like, why are people wearing Harry Potter stuff? Because I guess they felt like it. It was so much fun to see her just being so completely lost in this environment. I was like, I'm just having the time of my life. Get to the merch table, and I'm like, I'm getting a t-shirt and a poster, signed poster, and I was just ecstatic that this was happening. And I believe it was Justin, one of the crew members who was behind the table, or the one I talked to as I paid. And I gave him this drawing because I was like, do you know where I can give gifts, like where we can give these drawings? And he was like, oh yeah, I can take it. And I was like, cool. And as he held the drawing, looked at me, he was like, he told me, this is awesome. And I almost cried, because I was like, thank you so fucking much. I'm glad you like my art. I also read a letter. I forgot to mention that, but I drew this thing and I wrote a letter that got long and emotional. I low-key cried while reading the letter. I low-key cried a lot. Anyways, the show was amazing. It was hilarious. I could not stop grinning, even during the parts where I like got tears in my eyes and almost cried. I was still grinning because the show was just amazing. It was such a cool experience. I was so fucking happy, and it was hilarious. The show, the jokes were super good, and it was just such a good time. And like in the beginning, he's always been kind of not strict, but he always like says it's really important to him how that we like we're there while he has the show, that we don't like just record everything, and we like keep kind of don't talk too much about it because he wants it to be an experience. And I respected that. I barely took any pictures or recorded anything during the entire show, except for at the very beginning when he was like, so to satisfy your mobile needs, we're gonna have a little photo shoot. And he did 3 poses, and I recorded that entire I can't talk. I recorded that entire segment, and it's so fun to look back on. And of course, now I wish I'd recorded more so I could just relive it. But I'm also just happy that I was there, that I didn't just sit behind the screen like the entire time, that I actually just like experienced it, because god, it was so awesome. And like the gaming segments were so fun. I had such a blast, and it was great. It was great. I know I'm just like gone through all of this very fast, but I'm just rambling, and I could talk forever and ever about everything, but all in all, the show was great, and I'm so happy I got to experience it. I'm so freaking happy. Like, this meant so much to me, and I got to see him and I could never ask for any better birthday gift. And I got to go with my older sister, which was really nice, and it was just a really fun experience. It was great. And of course we went back home the day after, and that day was super emotional. I cried a lot that day. I was super emotional about having gone, but I'm not gonna ramble much more. I know I didn't talk about anything that happened in the video, but I just wanted to, like, I guess talk about what I experienced, because it was just really fun. And I know it kind of went through it pretty fast, but I could stay here the entire day, so I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of the speed paint. And I hope you all have a nice day. Hope you all have a nice weekend. And I'll see you later. Bye.